have an amnesia. Is that easy to do after losing four straight heading into the playoffs?
No, I don't think it's easy to do, but I think also it's singular focused. I think that the opportunity that we have in front of us is a great one. We're excited about the opportunity to play, obviously in the playoffs, and it's. I know guys that have played 15 years and never gotten in the playoffs. So for a lot of these guys who haven't, it's an exciting moment, exciting time. It's exciting for all of us because we also know how good of a team we are when we play our best, and we're excited about the opportunity of facing the challenge that we're in.
Russ, do you feel like you have a lot of personally at stake in this one, just because next year is uncertain at this point?
Yeah, I just always think about the moment. I'm not really worried about down the road or anything like that. I always think about just the moments and being in the moment of today's practice, being in the moment of this game that we have. And that always handles itself. I'm excited about that opportunity to play in the playoffs and play with these guys. That's where my focus is.
Russ, when you think back to the conversations you were having with the Steelers, with Tomlin, the vets back in March when you're trying to figure out where you want to go, how much of getting a playoff win here was a part of that conversation?
Yeah, that's great. I think that's a huge part of this journey. We're not just looking for one playoff win, but the only one you can get is this one right now. And so I think the focus for us is just getting ready to go, enjoying the process of this. Playing the playoffs is such a special thing. And like I said, some of the guys who haven't played in the playoffs, this is a special moment for all of us. But I think that I think the most important thing we can do is just focus on our discipline, focus on our preparation, focus on getting ready, and then getting ready when the ball's kicked off to playing our best for 60 minutes.
But was kind of breaking that cycle part of the conversations that you guys were having?
Yeah, for sure. I think that's definitely a huge part of it. I've been fortunate to play a lot of playoff games, a lot of moments, and I think to be able to use that experience and to, talk to guys about what it feels like, what it is, and the moments that can forever change your life and all that. We're living it. We're right in the middle of it right now, and we're excited about that opportunity to go show who we can be, and I think that's the fun part of it.
Russ, look at the end of the Bengals game. How did you assess that last drive?
We didn't get it done, and I think it's as simple as it is. But I think the next opportunity is always the best one. And hopefully that when we get into that 2-minute situation again, or in the last drive of the game, we can go win it.
Russ, I know that there's a significant amount was made of the turnover component going into the.
Sorry, say again.
The last month, I know a lot's been made about the turnover component. Do you feel like you have a handle on that going into the playoffs, while at the same time not feeling like you're too restricted in risk taking?
Yeah, I think you got to be aggressive in our mentality in the run game, the pass game, and having no fear. This game's a game, especially in the playoffs. Things go your way a lot. Sometimes they don't. Moments and being able to respond and all that stuff. And so, having the understanding of what's going to help us win is obviously, we want to be able to run the ball effectively. We want to be able to obviously throw it effectively. We want to be able to score in the red zone. Just the normal stuff. It's not a new game. The game's still always the same game. It's just a little bit more exposure, a little bit more fun, a little bit more worthwhile.
Russ, I don't that too many guys in this room have rings. Do you feel like an added responsibility, since you sort of know what it takes to have success this time of year, to sort of impart some of that wisdom on these guys?
Yeah, I've been talking to the guys a lot of just about the process of winning and the process and what it sounds like to go into the playoffs and what, just the feeling that it is, and it is 100 yards, it's still 53 1/3, the same field and everything else, but you're closer to the dreams that you always dreamed about when you're a young kid, and the opportunity of that and what we all work for. And so that's real. And I think that, I think also too, I think a big part of it right now is just, painting the picture of how good we are when we're good, and how great that is. And I think we were one of the hottest teams in football, and that was a month ago, but it wasn't that far ago. It wasn't that far long ago. And so I think the biggest thing is that how do we recreate that? How do we build that? How do we go off of that? How do we communicate that way? How do we play that way? How do we make plays in that manner? And I know that we can by how we practice, how we prepare. And I think the best part about it is we got the same guys in the locker room that we had a month ago when everybody was cheering us on. So I think the best thing is that you just focus on the moments. And I think that we're focused on, going performing over this week and seeing where that takes us.
Russ, what do you take from those first two matchups, or those other two matchups in Baltimore that you can use for these?
They're great matchups, obviously, AFC North and their battles. They're great football players on both sides. Some of the best players in the world on both sides of the ball. So, for both teams, and I think that we're going to have to play our best and do our thing and have great confidence. And I think there's a lot of things they do extremely well. They got a lot of great players, especially on the defensive side. They do a lot of good things. They mix up the coverages. They do, they know how to make plays and all that. So I think the best thing we can do is use the things that we've done really well. I think there's been a lot of those things over those 2 games, and capitalize on our moments.
What about their defense and the way they've used their personnel?
Say one more time.
Their defense and the way they've used their personnel in the second half of the season. What's made that so challenging against them?
I think they've done a good job of making adjustments. I think that as you go throughout the season, there's highs and lows. I think that they've made some really good adjustments over the past, since week 11, really. They've done some really good things, and so I think they've created turnovers. They've done a really good job of that. Their star players have played great in certain moments. They've, and all that. And I think the biggest thing that we can do is just, play great one play at a time. Hopefully it's 70+ plays, and all 7 of those plays are good ones.
It's understanding that a lot of the goals that you've talked about and this team has talked about happen in the postseason. How do you measure if this season is a success?
I think we all know that answer. I mean, I think we're all searching for one thing. That's always the case every year, and I think that we have the capability of doing that. The great thing is we got a great chance, meaning that we're in it. I think that's a big part of it. I think that anytime you go into a season, the number one goal obviously is to get into the playoffs and have that chance, and then from there, use all the experiences, all the highs and lows in the season, and then responding at the highest level. When the lights come on, and so the lights will be on. We'll be ready to go, and we're going to give our best every play.
Russ. Parker said today on offense is going to leave no stone unturned in the playoffs. What does that mean to you?
I think that just, Arthur, obviously, I think that what that means is just we want to be able to play our best. We want to, whatever plays that we feel like are great ones, runs and passes, whatever those are, make sure that we get to them. And I think that also too, I think it also means just our preparation during the week. I think how all of our guys have been preparing. I think guys like Zach Frazier and Mason and the whole offensive line, and how they've been preparing in the right way, and just their thought process, our protection meetings and our run meetings and our pass meetings, and just the receivers have done a great job in communication all week, and the confidence of that, and just and how we practiced today. I think guys were really doing everything they could to be at the best today, and I think that was really good to see. And I just think that our effort is, our tight ends and our running backs, and so that's part of leaving every stone unturned, is just how we go about it. I think also too, just the enthusiasm of playing ball and the game we love and the opportunity that we have in front of us for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Man, what a great opportunity we have. We know what this game means, in the sense of it's our next one, and we got to make sure that we make it our best one. And so that's just where we are in that sense.
Russell, 2 more. Russell, you got 3-1 record in first-round playoff games all in a row. How much do you draw from that versus maybe getting the taste of your last playoff game out of your mouth? How much? What do you personally draw from it?
Yeah, I mean, I think you use all the experiences, especially when you had to play on the road and playoffs and everything else, is being able to win those games. Obviously, I think that anytime you get to win the first one is a huge one, just because you get that first pitch out, and I think that's a big thing for us in this locker room and everything else. And so for me, it's like I said to you guys, it's being poised in those moments, looking forward to it, knowing that it's going to be a 4-quarter game, it's going to be a battle, and we're looking forward to the opportunity of it. And I've been fortunate, obviously, to hold the trophy and everything else, and do some special things in the playoffs and in the moments of that. And I think we want to use all that experience that we have, and some of the guys in this locker room too, and guys like Van Jefferson and Vince Skoranek, and guys who have played at the highest level too in moments and teams, and those help, especially on the offensive side of the ball. We have some of the world-class best players in the world, and guys like TJ and Cam and Minka and those guys, and so I want to make sure that they get a taste of that too, and it's all about our effort and how we focus and how we put it together, and so that's the fun part about this game.
Russ, what do you take from the tape from the last 4 games? What do you take from that to utilize in this upcoming game?
Yeah, I think that it's there's some things that we're doing really well, and I want to make sure we focus on those things and do those things and make sure that we multiply that a few times over. I think that's a big thing. And then anything that we haven't done well, obviously, I think the most important thing is us being able to execute in certain moments and doing that at a high level. And that's the opportunity we get. And this is our chance to do it, and we're excited about that. And I think that's our focus. Is let's keep repeating the things we're doing well and get rid of anything that's not so good. So I think that we got a chance to do that.
All right.
Thank you.